What's up, guys? Got an interesting one. This van came in. I don't know what year, Chrysler Town and Country. I'll get the year for you here in a second. But the complaint on this one is that the AC wasn't working. So, you know, of course I hooked up my gauges and whatnot. And, I don't know if you can see that. It's probably a little low on charge, but AC is working now. And, you know, it's cold. Put this on recirculate. Let's change this to the vents here. And it is cold. I mean, it may be a little low on charge, but nevertheless, the AC is working just fine. However, and we're gonna go out there and listen to this thing, the decoupler pulley on this alternator is wasted. Once you're looking there on my scope, hopefully you guys, hold on a second. Wow, all right, so if you just see that big jump AC voltage on this alternator, I want to show you something. I'm gonna snap the throttle and you're gonna see AC spikes. Now I'm on a 2-volt AC coupled 10-second screen right there, and every now and then when I raise RPMs, you're gonna see that thing just go all over the map. Let me shut this AC off. Okay, there, I just shut off the AC. You see that big spike in there and that ripple? And you can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me open up the window. Oh yeah, she's making all kinds of noise. There you go, there's another spike. We'll give her a couple snaps. Let me raise up the RPMs. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just hitting the brights. Just putting random loads on this thing. Let's let her come back down to idle. Snap it. And that decoupler pulley is supposed to kind of take some of the strain off of the system when you raise RPMs. That's my understanding of it. Now, I'm not an expert or anything, but I know they fail a lot on these vans. What do we got on this? 84,000. So obviously the belt's gonna have to come off so we can check it, but I just wanted to show you that AC ripple, and it's not doing it as much now. Let me turn the AC back on. I'm gonna hold the RPMs up. Shut the AC off. There you go. There's a big dip. Oh, what the hell? Let me see if I can get a measurement on that. And you see this dip here. It's dropping well below, oh, what is that? Just below a 0.5 volt. You know, obviously we've got an issue. Oh, yeah. Pretty crazy. Let me get that scope going again. Let me show you what this thing does when I open the windows. You see that? I'm gonna open the driver's window. Let's do the passenger rear. And all I'm doing is just putting random loads on this system. We're just getting ridiculous spikes in that AC ripple. Pretty crazy. Anyways, let me show you what the AC pressures are. Let's turn that on. Like I said, their complaint was no AC. Well, the other thing I noticed, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to do it again, is this head unit. I thought maybe I had an issue with it because it was turning itself on. No, it was randomly this thing would just turn itself on then I'd shut it off, and then it turned itself back on. So doing some weird stuff. There are some codes in the system. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I just opened the windows. Look at them spikes. Wow. It's crazy. All right, so let me show you these AC pressures. There's my battery voltage right now with the AC on. Sitting steady at 1410. So, pretty wild. Looks like it's got a new battery in it too, so we took out that battery. That guy. Alright guys, well, this thing's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The AC clutch isn't... Originally when it came in, the AC clutch was just basically not cycling like it should. I disconnected the cycling switch on the receiver dryer, and it, of course it started cycling again. And this had no codes for the AC system at all in it. Like I said, what's weird is I had shut this off and it kept popping itself on. I don't know if it's gonna do it now. And I thought maybe you just bump that switch and it turns on, but I thought maybe I had a issue with the switch, but I think it's just all that AC voltage in the system doing some crazy stuff. Let's go look at them pressures again. Let me turn this back on. Let's go look at the pressures and I'll show you that clutch. There's battery voltage, 14 volts. She's cycling. Let's see here. Well, that's not annoying. Okay, there it's on. Shut off. There it is. Cycled. So she's cycling, it's just intermittent. To be honest with you guys, I'm probably going to replace the cycling switch. But that alternator needs to be fixed. What in the world? That is weird how it's doing that. It's got to be related to that AC voltage in the system. Let me get this belt off. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the pulleys and stuff. I'll get this belt off and we'll go from there. While I'm pulling the belt, I'm going to keep an eye on these pressures and see how the high side and the low side equalize. I think I have a thermal expansion valve that's starting to stick a little bit too. Imagine that on a Chrysler van, but while I'm taking the belt off, I'll kind of keep an eye on these and we'll see where they're at. So let me get the belt off. 125, 130-ish. I've had this thing sitting since I took off the belt. What do we got there? 114-ish. Oh, it's a difference in temp. 110. I can actually feel the difference in temperature on these. It's cold up top. Yeah, it's not equalizing. That TXV is faulty. Guys, I can't even grab the alternator, it's so hot. Oh my goodness. I can feel it just slipping. Oh, cooking. I'm just feeling for a temperature difference in the back lines at this thermal expansion valve. This one actually feels pretty good. Yeah, pretty equal temp there. Now, I'm gonna pull a charge out of this thing and I'll check for leaks, because obviously these rear lines are notorious for leaking. So our pressures still haven't equalized on the high and low side. So on the front thermal expansion valve, you can feel the low side suction line, I guess you would call it. Yeah, the low side line is a lot cooler at the top side of the thermal expansion valve than the lower side, so it's just not equalizing. So I'm really suspicious of this one as well, but like I said, pull the charge, put a vacuum on it, put a full charge in it, you know, determine how low it is, and then start searching for leaks just to make sure we rule that out. For sure it's going to get an alternator and a belt. The belt's got some uneven wear in it. Still not equal. Still not equalized. Let's see what we got for oil. What are we at? 2. Alright guys, I gotta get going here, but I'm pulling the charge out of this right now. So far, where I'm at with this, it's obviously got a front expansion valve problem. I'm pulling the charge out right now. It's a 2.53 pound system, because it is dual AC, automatic HVAC. But I figured, you know, I didn't tell you the year. It is a 2012 Town & Country, Chrysler Town & Country, but I wanted to show you what codes were in it. Now, I probably set codes disconnecting that cycling switch. Let me go back. Why does this Snap-on do this? You see this? I just cycled from my scope to the scanner, and I can't go back. What's that all about? Where's my back button? Obviously no codes present in the HVAC module. There we go. There's a back button. That's what I needed. That's weird. So let's do a code scan quick. I'll show you. So you can see the AC pressure sensor circuit high. I set those codes. Let me let this finish. Alright, so originally the only codes that were in here was the ICM. Had a flash to pass, fog lamp, switch, satellite region mismatch, lost comms, light rain sensing module, remove, yeah. So, not worried about that. Like I said, I set the pressure sensor circuit when I disconnected it, and as soon as I disconnected it and reconnected it is when I was able to get the cycling to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, some of you are going to like it, some of you are not going to like it. I'm replacing the receiver dryer on this. If I do any work to the AC system, it will get a new receiver dryer. It will get a new AC pressure switch regardless. So I'm going to pull the charge out, see what we got, see how low we are. Put a vacuum on it, put a charge in it, get out the sniffer tool, check it for leaks, because I don't want to get burned on that. We'll finish up that. Obviously, it's going to get an alternator. I mean, we're done right there. I can't even put my hand on the pulley. It's so hot. I did get on there and spun that alternator, you know, that decoupler pulley, whatever you want to call it, back and forth. It had a little spring to it on the I think it's to the counterclockwise direction, but it's so noisy. It's getting a new one. And with that AC ripple, I thought that was pretty cool, capturing that. I'm obviously going to do an after check with the new alternator. So anyways, I got to finish up the checks on this. I don't have time to keep filming, or do I? Yeah, I suppose I can keep filming. What the heck? We'll see what we do. If I screw up and stop this video, well, there'll be a second part. So anyways, I'm going to let this finish evacuating. We'll finish up the AC checks and go from there. Covery's done. Ooh, 2.37 pounds. Let's see what we got for oil out of this guy. Probably overfilled from someone else. Would not surprise me. No, not too bad. So, what did I say it was at before? I think it was just over 2 ounces, so about a half ounce. And 2.53. Let's put a vacuum on it. Oh, sure, let's go. Sure. You guys are probably wondering why I put it on that long of a vacuum. Well, for one, it's going to get at least 45 minutes, but I'm working on this Traverse classic water pump leak on a 3.6. We're going to sneak her out through the bottom because way easier. So, while that's vacuuming. So, yeah, I'm knocking this out while I'm waiting on the vacuum on the van. So, in case you're wondering. Well, since we're on the subject, that's a Chrysler harmonic balancer puller tool. Works great for pulling these harmonic balancers off of these 3.6s. Just an FYI. Oh, it's amazing how much room you have once you take off the crank. The harmonic balancer. Real easy, real easy. Well, now that that's out, we're gonna let that drip for a little bit, and then we'll dry everything off while we're charging this. Let's see, was it a half? That looks good. Charge. Exit out of that. Let's see. Low side charge. 0, 2, 5, 3. And this machine's off about 1/10 or 100th. Alright, we'll let this finish charging. Well, water pump's in. Everything's torqued down. 74 foot-pounds on this harmonic balancer bolt plus 150 with the new bolt. Water pump is use your brain and a 1/4-inch ratchet. Just saying. Anyways, that's done. I'm gonna button this one up, get her burped out. In case you're wondering, AC Delco parts, nothing but, and we're good to hook. As far as this van goes, well guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're just gonna have to do another part tomorrow. I gotta get going. I had a lot of cars I had to look at besides this van and that water pump job, but I'm gonna finish up my water pump job and I'm out of here for the day. Van's staying. We'll look at that tomorrow. I got parts for it. I think I'm waiting on a couple parts, but I still need to check the AC system for leaks. So finish that up tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have any questions, drop them down. Take care.